I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rocket in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. And welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? All right. I see y'all out there. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. Ah. Yeah, y'all. Salute to all my peoples in the house rocking with us every morning on the Knicks Morning Drive, getting your day started with some Knicks talk, the way that you like to have that Knicks talk to y'all. What's good? What's good? Y'all know how we, yo, I was wondering why we were a little bit off, and it's because we hadn't been doing the chant. Yo, y'all, we hadn't been doing the chant, man. Y'all know the chant. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears. Bam! Let's go. Before I do the shout outs, I just want to do a quote by a great American poet. Before we rock for this next couple of hours, I want to do a quote by a great American poet. Right? So I am going to do a quote by the great American poet, Melly Mel. Melly Mel said, "A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God's smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through." Give it up for the great American poet. Give it up for the great American poet, Melly Mel. Where's my thing here for Melly Mel? Okay. There it is. All right. Let me do the shout outs, man. Let me see who in the building today. Let me see who in the house. David L is in the house. Felipe 210 is in the house. Okay. Mr. Atkins is in the house. All right. Andre Walker is in the house. Andrew College is in the house. Okay. DSJ, the hip hop legend, is in the house. Okay. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the house. Hard Will, my man, my mellow is in the house. What's good, Hard Will? King Ribby is in the house. Salute everybody. Salute as we get this day started. Hopefully on the right track. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive, the premier morning show in the mornings. I'm excited that y'all here. I'm excited to be here with y'all. How y'all feeling out there this morning? Let's get that energy up, y'all. Let's get that energy up. All the way up. Let's have a good day today. Let's get this day off on the right foot. Right? Man, it's a lot of things to talk about in Knicks universe and in life and all over. It's a lot of things to talk about. Right? I want to start by talking about what we saw last night. Andrew College kind of beat me to it a little bit. I want to start by what I saw last night. Let me say this. The NBA ain't no joke, man. The NBA is no joke. Jay Boogie is in the house. And do what King Ribby said, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Support yourselves. Hit that like button, man. Sorry about that. Got something from Chuck from Knicks for Life. Shout out to Soulfinger, to Knicks for Life, to Ron from Still Knicks Fans, to Cowboy Bob, to Corey Lee, to Boulevard, to IKBM Dre. Man, shout out to everybody that helped make the channel jump and thump. Shout out to everybody. Jay Boogie says, good morning, blessings, health, and wealth. I dedicate flowers to everybody. Salute. 3 capital S is. Shout out to the hip-hop legend, Jay Boogie. Shout out to the hip-hop legend, Jay Boogie. So what are y'all drinking this morning, man? What y'all got in y'all cups? What y'all got? Water? What y'all got? Water? You got coffee? You got a beverage? Or do you have herbal tea? You got an orange Fanta out of the machine? What are y'all drinking? What are y'all drinking this morning? Y'all help me through it. And while y'all put that in the chat, I'm gonna chop it up briefly about what I saw. And when I say briefly, I mean don't blink and you might miss it. Okay, I see y'all. French vanilla. Okay. With lemon. Okay, I see you. Atkins, I see you. Okay. I never thought about that. I ain't even gonna hold you. That one kind of put me back a little teeny bit. So that's why when you said it, I was thinking, wow, okay, I see you, boss. My man Jay Boogie says, I'm drinking that AG1 formula. Hey, I thought about that, Jay Boogie. I thought about that. I got this thing. Jay Boogie. Later on today, I think what it is a lot of us behind the scenes are doing a weight loss challenge. I'm not saying that you should be a part of a weight loss challenge, right? But a lot of us are. And so we're talking about how we're changing our lives by eating right. So every day at about 10 o'clock or so, it depends on how the show runs. Depending on how the show runs, I'm doing stuff like I'm eating cucumbers every day around the same time. A healthy salad sometime during the day to fill me up. And I'm talking about, listen, man. When I say a healthy salad, I'm talking about a trick or treat bowl full of salad. I'm talking about like a cake batter bowl full of salad to fill me up. And then that'd be like my one big meal. And then the rest of the day, man, I'm just eating like tiny ass meal, like tiny meals. Right? I'm trying to get back on track, man. I'm trying to get back in boxing shape. I see how Errol Spence got beat half to pieces and made like $50 million. I'm like, man, I'll do it for $5. I'll go out there and let Tyson Fury do that to me for $5 million. All jokes aside, Tyson Fury, I ain't no joke. All kidding aside, Tyson Fury, I'm born with these, bro. Tyson Fury, I'm born this way. Now, but all jokes aside, man. So we were thinking about, or we have been talking about, and it's me. I ain't gonna mention their names. I'll let them tell you, or when they give me permission, or when they not permission, like But if they say it's okay, I'll mention them. But we all like are trying to go down this path of getting healthy, especially the ones in our 30s, 40s, and 50s. Yeah. I'm gonna get to that. Let me get to Team USA, and then I'm gonna get back to this topic, right? But here it is, y'all. Team USA last night. I don't know what to think about the win against Puerto Rico. Otherwise, is in the house. What's good? What's good, otherwise? I don't know why I just started saying otherwise instead of saying Allah wise. That's that man name. That man is Allah wise, and I'm calling him Allah wise. My bad, bro. What's good, Allah wise? Allah wise is in the building. King Ribby. Yeah, man. The thing about Team USA, bro. Let me say it like this: they did what they were supposed to do. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Yo, is one word like a is one word. One word. A pimp named Slickback. One word. I don't know what to call you. A pimp Slickback? No, it's one word. Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all. So last night, Team USA, man, demolished Puerto Rico. but Puerto Rico looked good in spurts. I ain't gonna hold you. Well, let me phrase it this way. Either Puerto Rico looked good or the Team USA looked rusty. I want to give credit to Puerto Rico. I want to give credit to Puerto Rico. How about I do it that way? That way, I won't be too offensive. Just give credit. Man, got a bunch of stuff going on here in Studio G. All right. I'm up here I'm looking at myself on the thing, right? At my bed, and I got this in the mail. I got this in the mail the other day. Any beard growers out there? Any beard growers out there? Any of y'all rocking beards? So I got a beard kit in the mail. I'm not trying to give them free publicity, but I just want to show you one of the things I'm working on. So I got one of these in the mail. I don't know if this is a good product or a bad product, right? But I want to show y'all everything that came inside of it. So I got this thing here. I don't know what this is. It looks like some kind of roller. I don't know. I've never used a roller on my face before. So that's odd. I have this. And the bag, I guess, to put it, a little pouch to put everything in. And all of this stuff. And y'all excuse those ugly hands, you know what I'm saying? But I got all of that stuff. Carrie Cox, is it made for men of color? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm new to this, so I'm not true to this yet. So it's a derma roller. Okay, so I'm not sure. But what I am sure about are two things. Yesterday, Team USA demolished Puerto Rico in the second half of that game. Right? What I learned yesterday is the stars in this league are different. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I'm gonna be as plain as I can. I'm gonna be as plain as I can. Jalen Brunson is a superstar. Stop trying to debate it. Stop trying to say, I need to see more. I need to see him make 4 all-star teams before. Stop being ridiculous. It's like food. If you taste it and it tastes good, it tastes good. You don't need to eat it 10 times. Jalen Brunson is the leader of Team USA. And the NBA won't put an average ham sandwich as the leader of a team they're looking to showcase. Jalen Brunson is a superstar, right? Just come to grips with it. When you saw him with Anthony Edwards yesterday, I saw Anthony Edwards on agents during the game walked straight to Jalen Brunson asking questions. Brooklyn Buddha is in the building. Brooklyn Buddha says, yes, he is. I don't take a whole day to recognize sunshine. Thank you. Thank you, Common. DSJ. DSJ. DSJ, how you been? Yeah. When I saw Mikal Bridges on a play do something. Me and Boulevard 73 were together last night, just kicking it on the Knicks at Night podcast, right? New time on the Knicks at Night podcast, 9:30. We was just rocking. You know, it was our first time doing it at 9:30. So we didn't expect a big crowd. We got to get everybody used to the time and everything. And so I'm gonna try this thing out. So if I start whining like a wuss, it's because, you know, this thing messed my face up. But yesterday, we saw on numerous occasions where the stars of Team USA all defaulted to Jalen Brunson. They came to Jalen Brunson seeking answers. Like, yo, what was that? And Jalen Brunson telling them, just like, yo, next time when he do that, you do this. Next time when they run horns, when they pin down on both sides, make sure you look out for the shooter and blah, blah, blah. Yo, hey, shout out to DSJ. DSJ says, sorry, just came in. Okay. Hey, man, DSJ got some heat coming too, by the way. But I just want to talk about the Jalen Brunson thing just real quick as I open this thing real quick. Don't get it twisted. Stars are not going to default to somebody that is not a star. Y'all know what it is. This thing got little spikes on it, y'all. Let me see how. Stars are not going to default to a guy that's not a star. I'm sorry. Right? Yesterday, on more than one occasion, we saw Brandon Ingram make a play and walk right up to Jalen Brunson for the cosign. Right? Did I do good right there? And Jalen Brunson's like, hey, man, he pat him. Yeah, man, you did good right there. And I'm not overstating this just because the dude is the Knicks point guard. I'm mentioning this because a lot of times in Knicks universe, we want to give credit to everybody except the guy doing the work. Any of y'all been like that in your daily life? Like, say you work at and I don't know for sure, and I'm going to just say this, I'm just mentioning it, and it might just be coincidence, right? As a matter of fact, I use myself for example. One summer, I was out of work. This is like 95, something like that, whatever year it was. Babies crying, the phone not ringing, the jobs I like to do are not available. So I take a job at this place called Shakespeare. Shakespeare is the place that makes fishing rods and municipal light poles. Like on your street, when you see those long light poles, Shakespeare makes those, right? Y'all know what it is. You walk into the bodega to get them $20 cigarettes from Poppy, and y'all see those light poles? Shakespeare makes those, right? I was working at Shakespeare one summer, right? Had no idea what I was doing because prior to that, I was working at the VA, right? Little satellite office, and then I was also doing a little construction prior to that, right? Right, doing a little construction prior to that, right? So I'm working at Shakespeare, right? And the dude come up to me, man. I was doing a terrible job. So I was doing a terrible job, right? Then the dude comes up to me. He like, Uncle Freezie, look, man, we like you, and the ladies like you. You hilarious to be around. But if you don't tighten up, bro, we're gonna have to let you go. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he like, yo, you gotta make these light poles. You gotta put them stanchions on the light poles on faster than that. I gotta sand them down. I gotta set it's because the light poles at the base are square, right? And this is just for the working man, right? This is for the working man, right? He like, we're gonna have to let you go. Everybody like you. You just not good at your job. And I'm like, yo, I can't get fired, man. I got babies at home. These babies gotta eat, bro. Babies eat like machines, and they don't care that you ain't got nothing. You feel me? They be wanting food when they want food. They don't care. Right? And so the dude he like, yo, I'm gonna show you this one more time, man. And then after that, my boss gonna come down here and talk to you. So he showed me how to do it one more time. So I'm like, yo, I need this money. So I start going all out like 150%. You know what I'm saying? To do my job, right? So I'm sanding off. Think about these poles are at least 50 foot long, right? At least 50 foot long. I'm sorry, at least 25 feet long. So I'm grinding away, sanding, putting it down, screwing it real quick, taking the glue, gluing the base on them. And by the time him and his boss come back, right, I got a stack of 25-foot poles about 10 feet high. So he tells me that like 7:30 in the morning, about 3 o'clock, they come through. I got a stack to the ceiling, to the sky, and I'm working outside in the heat in South Carolina, right? And I'm going somewhere with this, so just hear me out, right? I'm not just babbling. I got a point that I'm going to get to, right? So I have a stack of these posts, and him and his boss walk by, and he just looked at me. He like, right? So I'm doing that every day. His boss would walk by just waiting, couldn't wait to get rid of me, right? Because I'm a talker. I'm one of them people on the job. I'm a talk while I'm working. And y'all know what it is. Y'all work with people like this, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. Y'all work with people that are talkers. You know what I'm saying? Like some people be quiet. Some people just cordial, like, yeah, man, how you doing? They just speaking. So they just speaking, right? They just like, yeah, how you doing? But they not necessarily talkers. Well, I'm chatty and I know it. So every time I go get glue, every time I go get like some refill of glue to put on these posts, right? I'm talking to everybody. Hey, Miss Barbara, how you doing? Hey, Miss Barbara, you looking good over there, girl. You know what I'm saying? Let me see your ID. You old enough to be working in here? It's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just shooting the breeze. Miss Barbara like 20 years older than us. I'm like, hey, Miss Barbara, you old enough to be working in here? Let me see your ID. You just got out of school. Miss Barbara, let me open your chocolate milk. You know what I'm saying? Just shooting the breeze, right? So what happens is like about 3 months later, the site supervisor come by, right? The site supervisor come by. And I'm standing there with my boss, and the site supervisor and his boss walk up to us, right? And the site supervisor's like, damn, whoever is working over, what team is out here doing this? And no lie, my boss's boss says, no, there is no team. I changed the way that we do it, and that's what got the result. And he looked me in the eyes, right? DSJ, you know what that man did to me, bro? That man looked at his boss and took credit for my work. That man looked me dead in my eyes and turned to his boss and took credit for the work that I was doing. Any of y'all ever have that happen on y'all job? Now, mind you, I was a temp. So if I had said something, if I had wilded out, I would have got fired. Or they wouldn't have brought me back. Y'all know how the temp service work. Yeah, this is like 95. Like I had just got out the military. I had just rehabbed off a car accident. That man looked his boss dead in the face and took credit for my work. Any of y'all ever been in that situation where you grinded and then somebody walk up and take the credit for your work? So the point that I'm getting at, the reason why I said all of that and shared that with y'all, the reason why I shared that with y'all is because we watched Jalen Brunson transform this team into a potential NBA champion, and we out here wanting to give the credit to Tom Thibodeau or the front office. Right? Think about that. As fans, instead of giving the credit to Randall and Brunson, because they did it together, right? One person laid the groundwork, and the other person came and started, or one person set the foundation, and the other player came in, started building on top of that. Con, what's good? Right? My thing is with Jalen Brunson, with Julius Randle, don't forget how bad this franchise was before Julius Randle got here. Don't forget how bad this franchise was before Jalen Brunson got here. Peace, peace. Hey, peace, brother. Peace, peace, peace. Ultimately, what I'm getting at is NBA players recognize who is good and who is not. NBA players recognize who's a good leader and who is not. Right? Jalen Brunson is a superstar. Jalen Brunson is that dude. If we are going to start giving credit to guys, and listen, Josh Hart is on Team USA. And we know how Josh Hart got there. We know how Josh Hart got on Team USA. And I don't care. He's there. Right? There's no way Josh Hart should be on Team USA over Trae Young. Trae Young is not on Team USA, but you know who is? Josh Hart. There's no way you're telling me that Josh Hart is a better player than Trae Young. There's no way. There is absolutely, there is no way you're telling me that Josh Hart should be on a team with Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, and all of those guys. And this is no knock on Josh Hart. It is what it is. We don't care. Finally, the Knicks are in position where we can make them kind of fat cat moves. We can kick in the door and bring in our homies. Andrew College, I'm with you. Paolo at 255 pounds moves like a guard, bro. There's no way Josh Hart should be on a team with Anthony Edwards and Paolo Banchero. There is no way. And I'm not knocking him for that. I'm not knocking Josh Hart I'm not saying Josh Hart is a bad player, right? Tom from Huntington is in the building. Where's my air horn? I don't remember seeing Tom from Huntington in a while. So let me do this for Tom from Huntington. Jay Boogie says he's not better, but other 2 point guards are. Yeah. Salute to G Money. Happy birthday, boss. Happy birthday. Jay Boogie, thank you for the generous contribution to the bills around here and to hip hop and to Knicks Universe. Salute to Jay Boogie for his contribution to hip hop and Knicks Universe and the podcasting and everybody that do these joints. So I'm not knocking Josh Hart. I think we can all agree that Josh Hart is integral in the Knicks' success, right? But what I do want to say about Josh Hart though is the fact that he's on Team USA means he's going to get a lot of excellent coaching, and I don't know if he's got excellent coaching since he's been in the NBA. Josh Hart's been in a lot of places, right? And I don't know if he's got the best coaching since he's been in the league. But I know for a fact that Josh Hart is not more deserving of a Team USA spot than Trae Young. Right? But what I'm saying about Jalen Brunson, though, is Jalen Brunson is not the oldest guy on Team USA, or at least it seems like he's not. I think maybe Brandon Ingram is older, maybe, or maybe Brunson is 27. Maybe Brunson is 27. No, Brunson will be 27 at the end of the month. I think his birthday is at the end of the month. Right? But here's my thing. Those guys on Team USA you saw last night, if this is any indication on what Jalen Brunson is, if the way that they gravitate towards Jalen Brunson is indeed this, then I'm for sure that, yeah, Andre Walker says Bobby Portis. That's right. That's right. I forgot about Portis. And Portis is a baller, y'all. Salute to Bully. Oh yeah, let me throw my. I keep forgetting. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jalen Brunson is impressive. And Chef NYK says, and to actually get the gold medal, Team USA needs guys like Hart or and Portis. Um, I kind of see where you going with that. I think it'd have been easier if you replaced Josh Hart with LeBron or AD, Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? Or replace, you know what I'm saying, replace, those fringe guys with some dream team type guys. But I think the gold medal is in the bag. Profit Knicks TV is in the building. Okay. Jay Boogie says, is this the first episode? Good morning to my main man, Bully. Corey Lee somewhere. Shout out to Corey Lee. I know he listening. Shout out to IKBM Dre somewhere saving the world. Shout out to Free Keith somewhere. I should say it. I should say it. Or I shouldn't say it because I ain't want to put him on blast. But I'll put him on blast. He knows it's me. Shout out to Free Keith, who is somewhere in the city surrounded by celebrities. You know that's what he do. Free Keith out here smoking them $20 cigarettes. Yo, and I think isn't Josh Hart older than Bobby Portis? It seems like it, right? And Jay Boogie says, when is the first episode? Um, Jay Boogie, see, every episode begins with this mode. Very cool, very calm. There's no sweat in my palm. I just Jay Boogie says, Free Keith just bought up $7 worth of Lucy cigarettes. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Free Keith, who's probably somewhere yelling at celebrities. I can't tell y'all what his job is and keeping stuff private, but he probably somewhere yelling at celebrities. Didn't I tell y'all to park y'all cars over there? You know what I'm saying? He got like a Free Keith got like a real major gig, but I can't tell you what it is. He major. All I'm gonna say on one morning on the Knicks morning drive, he fired a celebrity on the spot. It was right on the show. He was like, "Yo, didn't I tell you about Leon Rose and blah blah blah? Yo, you late again? Get out of here and don't come back." Hand to the man. He did that live on the show one morning. It's like 2 years ago. Shout out to my man Free Keith. DSJ says, so Free Keith is valet? Nah, we ain't talking about normal cars, bro. We ain't talking about patrons, bro. We talking about Trump level people. Shout out to Free Keith. That's my man. One of the most creative minds in the game, bro. Free Keith got like some major gig, bro. Like celebrities be tiptoeing around him. I don't want to get too deep into it, but yeah, man. Salute to IKBM Dre in the building. IKBM Dre, why is Josh Hart on Team USA and Trae Young is not? I want to have like the serious conversation about that, because I know I may be a little off-putting when I say this, but I wanna ask, is Josh Hart a star? Or on the verge of being a star? Is Josh Hart on the verge of being a star and we don't know it yet? Is that the reason why he was selected? Like, is Josh Hart in that Austin Reeves category? Like, they just need a little bit more time to get better. Is Josh Hart going to be that Andre Iguodala type player? Is Josh Hart going to be DSJ says Trae Young is not on Team USA because he isn't entertaining on the mic when Trae Young came. Hey, DSJ, how about pause, bro? Pause, DSJ. I need to get me a pause button. I saw this pause. DSJ here wilding, bro. and CWC says maybe Trae didn't want to play. No, bro. He on social media right now saying how he ain't get selected. Yeah, Trae Young wanted to be on Team USA, but they didn't select him, bro. Yeah, man. It's Josh Hart, but here's the thing. I'm not asking you if Josh Hart is better than Trae Young, because I know what the answer is, right? And Prophet Knicks TV says Hart is a glue player that makes others stick to their roles. Yeah, but hey, so I get that part. But what I'm asking you though is how good of a role player? That's what I'm asking. Is he the highest level role player? Or is he just a jobber? Right? Keith Turner is in the building. Yo, hey, so Cowboy Bob is backstage, right? And I'm looking at the joint, and Cowboy Bob is backstage, like fixing it.
Oh, you got me on camera.
Good
man.
morning. Good morning. What's good, man?
Morning, everybody. Salute. I just wanted to talk about my boy Hart.
I can hear you if I put these on, bro. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What's good, bro?
Nothing, man. Just chilling. I couldn't find my Jamaican jersey, but the Colombian women won, so now they're going in the finals. So I had to support the team. I'm in Colombia. But Hart, I think he's more of a Trevor Ariza. The way he played in with the Lakers, and he got those 2 key steals, and just at the right moment he showed up. Like to me, that's what he is because he's a balanced player. And for me, Trae Young, I don't think he's that good to be defensively there. Hold on one sec,
Okay.
I got it. Nah.
Okay. Okay. I could see where y'all coming from about Josh Hart being a role player, right? I understand that. That's not in question. I'm not questioning that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right. But what I'm asking is how good is Josh Hart?
I think if he steps up his offense, he'll be up there with like the Draymond Greens and all of them. I'm not gonna say he's a Pippen or a Dennis Rodman, but if he can step up his offense and do key scoring, he'll be good enough to where he could be up there in that Draymond Green role. I think
Okay.
he got the potential,
Okay.
but it's like you said with Brunson. Like I know his team Puerto Rico. He got 12 rebounds. I'm like, Brunson grabbed the boards like that. Imagine if he do that with the Knicks and get his assist up. That's a triple double right there, Jason Kidd style.
Right.
So if Hart, I think Hart is more of a defensive coordinator. Like, hey, we need to do this better. We need to do that better. Like a second captain. Like, you know, he's like I don't want to say Robin, but he's like a Falcon. You know what I'm saying? Like he's that guy
Right.
that's gonna help and contribute when you need it. And a lot of teams need that third person like that. That's why I like Hart a lot better because offensively with Brunson and Randall, we're good. But I think that on the defensive end, if you have a guy like Hart leading the charge, it'll be good because it'll ease up for both Brunson and Randall to not have to play as hard on defense. And they can do more offensively.
Okay. Okay.
It's like
Okay.
if you look at a
So
chessboard, he's the knight.
so you're like so he's the middle piece, the connector.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's that knight that just moves in one unique way, and everybody, if you set it up right, he's perfect. But if you don't know how to use him, he's basura. you
Yeah. Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I feel you. Go ahead, bro. I'm listening. I'm learning something. I'm learning like I hear you, and I thought about some of that stuff, but you went in depth with it, and I'm not really. I never really went in depth with it, to be honest.
Okay. Not like I said, if you look at the chessboard for me, right now, our queen is Brunson. Our rook is Randall. Solid foundation. Brunson can move all over the board. Our bishops are in question, which is RJ Grimes, and then our knight is literally Hart. Hart is that guy that just moves in a way that everyone's like, "What is he doing?" But then at the end of the game, yo, he did real good doing that cut, But then he messed up in Game 6, of course. But he got to work on that.
Yeah, For one, it's it's tough because even though he's a veteran, it was his first time in the playoffs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of cut him some slack.
Nah, I ain't cutting them slack. I'm putting that
Uh,
pressure on them to do better. No.
yeah,
It's not. It's what do they say? It's creative criticism, to where it's like we know you're good enough, so we're gonna apply pressure and expect you to be better. Like when your boss is on you, riding you, like he was earlier, like you were telling me, he knew he
right,
was gonna do better. That's why he put pressure on you, as
right,
opposed to everybody else on the team, and you perform. Even
right,
though he took credit, you still got to be like this mode, but you did your job.
right, right. What do you think about Keith Turner's statement, Mr. Turner? What do you think about yo?
Austin Reeves,
Where's Sherwin W at? Where's Sherman and where's Paris Duggar? I'm gonna have to start texting them in the morning when I get ready to rock. They should be getting their notifications, but Keith Turner said Austin Reeves got 54 million, and I'm gonna give Josh Hart 75 million. It's not my money, but I ain't doing it.
Okay, so what does Austin Reeves bring to the table that Hart doesn't? Offense. Austin Reeves can help with the offense, control the
And
ball,
play make, yeah.
and and play a little bit of good D. Josh
Mm.
Hart is that guy that helps your second team step up from being a second to a close first team. Josh Hart keeps the core, and he's that veteran that we all talk about in the locker room. when there's a bad apple, he the one that checked the bad apple. So in a way, Josh Hart would contribute more team-wise than Austin Reeves would. And plus, Austin Reeves is playing with LeBron James and AD. They would pay him more if they had the money. But come on, most of that money's going to AD. I think AD just signed like 100 and some crazy contract. So you really can't. You could only do but so much for Reeves. So for me, Josh Hart is getting exactly what I said: 18.5 million a year.
To be honest with you, bro, I like and I appreciate Josh Hart. And before he was a Knick, I was the guy pounding the table to go get Josh Hart. I ain't gonna lie. And then when he got here, the role Tibbs played him in, I just didn't like it, man. I blame Josh Hart initially, and the further I get away from it, the more I realize that Josh Hart is doing what the coach tell him to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the further away I get away from that season, the more I start back appreciating Josh Hart, right? My thing is, though, there is no way that I'm holding up bread. There's no way I'm paying Josh Hart $17 million a year to come off the bench. I don't care. Yeah, 17 mil a year for a dude that's going to be a connector.
But if that
to me, just really quick, to me, that's like paying the waitress just as much as you pay the chef. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
I was gonna say, what if that waitress is attracting the customers because of her service? She's fast, she's doing everything on point, not complaining, and everyone's coming because of her fast service and plus the complimentary of the food.
Then you need to fire the chef. Right? Because if the waitress is bringing you business and not the food.
No, I'm saying they both work hand in hand because some places you go to, the food is awesome, but you got to wait 45 minutes before you get your food.
Right,
you know,
ultimately, what do you go to a restaurant to do, though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get it like bare bones, but ultimately, bro, you go to a restaurant for the ambiance and, you know what I'm saying, and everything that goes with, but ultimately, at the end of the night, you are eating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if your waiter is well dressed and polite, speaks multiple languages, has a good grasp of the wine selection and the wine pairings with your meals and all of that stuff, he is not going to get tipped as much. He is not going to get tipped as much as the chef.
True. But okay, true. But I still look at it like it's a team. It's a team sport at the end of the day. You right about that. But if Josh Hart can come off the bench and contribute to where your second team is almost as good as your first team, and he's also holding it down to where you really don't need to coach your second team, just focus on the first team. For me, that's a plus. But you kind of right with that money, but at this point, if you look at Brown, Brown got 300 million. Tatum's gonna get like probably 400 million. So with everything going up, you can sign him now, get him cheaper technically because when the market moves up, Josh Hart may not be at 17, 18 mil. He may be worth 22, 23. But you lock him in now. So in a way, you lock him in now at this cost. Next year, the bargaining agreement should go up. I think another like couple of mil. You already got him locked in, and you can use him as a trade piece. So really, it's not that bad because a lot of people other than the Knicks would use him.
Right.
So,
and Prophet Knicks TV says, he's talking to me like he's stuck on the old CBA and the new CBA prices will be much higher. People will be getting 60 million. 17 isn't that much anymore. No. Listen, I'm not complaining about 17 million in that sense. What I'm saying is for what you are getting. For instance, oh my bad. So for instance, what I'm saying is That's Miss Mocha. She just went on a rampage. I'm on a call and y'all in here talking basketball. Sorry.
Lo siento, señorita.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, my bad. But nah, man, it's this. I'm not complaining about the 17 mil. I know the prices are prices. But what I'm saying is for what we are getting, for instance, when Quickly gets its extension for 5 years, $110 million, cats are gonna be like, yo, 110 mil for Quickly? He coming off the bench. Well, Quickly is more impactful than Josh Hart, and he's gonna get paid more than Josh Hart, right? So what I'm saying is in this scenario where whereas let's be fair to both sides. Let's just be fair to both sides, man. Like, is Josh Hart really worth? In theory, is Josh Hart worth 60% of what Julius Randle makes? Because that's what we're saying. Because if you said 18.5 million, if you said 18.5 million, right? Is Josh Hart worth 65% of what Julius Randle makes? In my mind, no.
Yeah, because Julius Randle is a 2-time All-Star plus All-NBA, so he got the stats to get what he's getting paid. But as of right now, I say no. But in the end, what you want to do is lock in a player like Hart to where, for example, you don't want another Fournier situation where you're paying him and he's like, oh, I'm not ready. He just go in and just be that dog to help you contribute to some wins. And it's very hard to find that type of player, especially at a good price. Because either you're going to pay too much for him, which in this case we are, but we lock him in, or you don't pay him enough to where he leaves. So for me, Hart is going to contribute to about 10 to 12 wins because he's going to be playing more, doing more when the team needs him to step up. And he's not going to be in question because he's always ready. So that type of mentality is rare, especially in this league. If he can hit down them shots, he'll be a good 3-and-D guy. Like defense, three-pointers, hit like you can't say nothing. It's just like you said. He only played a half a season with us, and based off of what we see, he's not worthy of it. But let's say this full season, he steps in. Now Josh Hart is averaging, let's say, 14 points, coming off the bench, giving you, 8 or 9 rebounds. Defensive, he's getting 2 or 3 steals. You can't really say nothing because he's forcing his way into the starting position. And remember, he just got here. Randall been here for 4 years. So he's got to earn his keep. And we got to see if this year he steps up to where he's that dude coming off the bench, contributing like how Quickly was last year. Now we got 2 6-men on one team. That's crazy. And you can mix and match too.
Right. Salute to Heck. Heck, what's good, bro? Morning, Bruce Sports Network is in the building. And yeah, I get all it. Like he says, Julius signed his contract before the new CBA. If Julius was a free agent this summer, at a minimum, he would be getting 30 from some team. Yeah, Randall be getting like 40 million. Heck, I feel you. That's the start. But what I'm saying is, what I'm talking about is like right now, in this moment, right now, in this moment, are you gonna pay Josh Hart 70% of what Jalen Brunson makes? That boggles my mind, because even if this dude signed his contract last year, even if Jalen Brunson signed his contract last year and Josh Hart signed his contract this year, in no universe should those average annual values be anywhere close.
Agreed.
They shouldn't be anywhere close.
Agreed.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Because and the thing is it's not a Josh Hart issue. It's a Nerlens Noel issue. It's a Kemba Walker issue. It's a Alec Burks issue. It's a Evan Fournier issue. It's a Josh Hart issue. It's these guys that we bring in to be role players and we pay them certain money, and then they be good. They rock solid when we first get them. They be rock solid, bro. They be right on point. But then after a year, you're like, yo, Nerlens Noel over on the sidelines, he don't even want to play. You remember Nerlens Noel played 26 games for us the year before last?
Yeah.
On that contract we gave him? You know what I'm saying? And Evan Fournier right now is making more than what we think Josh Hart will make, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what what Evan Fournier is for us right now?
On the bench.
Right. And that's why when you talking about putting time, money up in role players, like you said, are complementary. They play within the fringes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, that means they depend on stars. So if a star can't lift them up, then what do they actually bring? Can Josh Hart be that guy on his own? No, Josh Hart is a complimentary player.
Balance player, yeah. He keeps the balance and he keeps control, yeah.
Right.
Like a sergeant of the guard.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Josh Hart per se. It's not, and everybody listen, it's not a Josh Hart issue. It's a high-level role player issue. That's why I asked the question. Like, I'm not afraid to give Josh Hart $20 million if he's going to be Andre Iguodala.
Damn,
I'd give him $22 million. I'd give him $23 million if he's going to be an Andre Iguodala off the bench impact type player. Right? But the thing is we don't know if he's going to be Andre Iguodala type.
Because most of ours before burnt out after a year. I see your point. But what I got to ask you is this. If Josh Hart steps up to the table, and yes, we are basing all of this off of a half a season, but from the gate, as opposed to the other players that came in, he from the gate was hungry. He helped us win, like the 9-game winning streak we had. He contributed after we lost. He did a lot of contributing, a lot of talking on the like he fought for his contract. Now he just got to play for it. Half a season, I agree with you. He don't deserve it. But the potential I see in him, I think he deserves it. Like after this season, then we could say he didn't deserve it or if he did deserve it. Let him play a full season because if he does this for a full season, we are exactly where I think you're right. If everybody stays healthy, we are a 60-team win.
60-win team. Yeah, no doubt. I'm not disputing that, but what I will say though is this. The last 3 seasons under Tom Thibodeau, we finished 16-4, 12-8, and 12-8 in the last 20 games of each season. So while I think Josh Hart contributed, this team has a propensity to finish every season strong without Josh Hart.
But where we mess up is the start. Now we have Josh Hart in the beginning. He can help us with those wins when RJ is off or when our guys are slowly coming into their own. He could be the guy to help us get those wins early to where on the back end we're good.
Right. Maybe. Or you bring in Josh Hart so he starts the season good. So we start the season good so we don't get up to a slow start. So now you're talking about a team potentially winning 60 games because instead of us getting hot at the end of every season, we could start the season strong and then finish the season strong. And then that way we can be up top with the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, and those type players. Because no matter how great your core is, you got to have good role players, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to have good role players, man. It's just what it is.
Like, I can't believe I forgot his name from the Spurs back in the day. The 6th man of the year. Oh, man. I can't believe I forgot his name. It was like Tim Duncan.
Barcia?
Oh, man. No. The cat that he used to come off the bench.
Manu Ginobili?
Yes. Yeah. Let's say Hart is that, but not offensively, of course, because, man, he just was all over the place. But what if Hart is like that? Is he worth that money? If he contributes to the team to where it wins, the way like how Manu Ginobili just comes off and just starts playing hard. I know he ain't going to do that offensively. I'm talking about defensively, the way he's getting turnovers, changing the leads. He's getting us back in favor of winning. Would you say that that's a fair enough evaluation?
It depends on what he brings. Like, what do you?
I'm saying, like, let's say he gets off like he's a 6-man and he plays well defensively. He's the one that's able to change a lead. Like we're down by, let's say, 15. Josh Hart comes in. Now we're down by 7 to 6 points, and he does that every single game, and he changes the momentum in our favor. Or like an Antonio Cromartie, where everybody had Revis Island on one side. You know you can't throw on that side because that whole
Right.
side is set. But Cromartie was there, got that pick. Now instead of them starting from from the opposite 40, they're at their own 40 because Cromartie got the right pick at the right time to change the momentum.
Right.
That's what I see Hart as, like that. Not a Ginobili offensively or defensively, but he has that same impact.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Like I said, I just like Hart because, to be honest with you, when I saw him with the Portland and I saw him on other teams, I was like, there's something about this dude. He's hungry, but he's not getting what he needs. And the fact that Thibodeau, we know how Tibbs is. Tibbs is going to use him minutes, time. Well, I'm telling you, he's probably going to use him like a luau dang. Maybe not as much as the minutes, but he's going to use him. Hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And he's just going to go out there and do that. And I'd rather it be Hart doing that to where now Randall can ease up and Brunson can ease up and just be comfortable in scoring and passing and playing offense. Because it's a tripod for me. You need a guy who's gonna be that heavy support where the first two legs are a little shaky, but that third piece, hey, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll pick it up for you. Don't worry about it. We got it. And plus, like I said, he's gonna spoil anybody that comes in the locker room speaking negative. Hart's gonna be like, nope. We ain't like that. We doing it this way. We doing it this way. Maybe not as aggressive, but he does it in a way where people can actually admire him.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just saying, like I said, I just like Hart because it's been a while since I've seen a player like that. That's okay with being in his role. Because other than that, like you said, Andre Iguodala, like I would love for him to be Andre Iguodala. That means we in the finals.
Right. 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 Even Brunson was overpaid?
No.
That's what Jason's saying? Okay.
No. Brunson back-to-back playoff appearances. Brunson stepping up and changing his game from being a backup to now being the main guy and still being able to contribute even though he missed games off of injuries. No. Okay. Brunson I'm just gonna say you were right about Brunson. He's a superstar. If he plays throughout this whole season, he's a superstar.
Right.
Because I see him doing 30, maybe 10 rebounds and like 8 assists. And if he's doing that, nobody's gonna say nothing.
Okay. Is RJ Barrett overpaid?
That's not fair. Because to be honest with you, the amount of time that he had with us, the rotation, everything has been changing. He's been playing with different players. He's been playing with different sets, on ball, off ball. So, what's that? $23 million this year? He's supposed to be getting
something like that. Yeah, like 25 million or 23, something like that.
I mean, based off of the contract, we shot ourselves in the foot. But as far as what he was supposed to do productive-wise, I give him space, but I'm not going to say he's in the clear. Like, he's still responsible for holding his own end, but the fact that one year we had him playing as the main point guard, next minute we had him playing as off-ball guard, next minute he's like that back and forth and him not able to find his own place because of development, I kind of blame him and the coaching. So he's overpaid. I think he should be at 18.
RJ?
18, 19, yeah.
Okay.
Because he is our third best scorer, regardless.
That's the same money you want to pay Josh Hart too.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, because to me, I think that Hart already, like you said, he's a seasoned vet, and RJ to me, due to his flaws, I kind of like hold him against him because there's a lot of times where he just doesn't hit nothing. So I'm like, come on, man, you got a wide open three, or you're shooting over a double team rather than passing. You shut yourself down in certain situations and you focus on certain things. He got to work through those issues. So for me, I give him about 20 mil, but that 23, 25, I think that's too much. I take that back. I give him about 20 mil.
Okay.
Because he's a guard, and in this league, it's very hard to be a scoring guard, and especially him averaging 20 points. You're not going to find too many guards getting 20 points like that consecutively.
Okay. Okay. All right. That is intriguing. Is Mitch overpaid?
You hitting me with these judo chops from Bruce Lee.
Yo, chat. I'm gonna say something. It's gonna sound mad disrespectful, but I want y'all to. I want y'all to help me with it. And it's just a conversation. I don't want to be disrespectful, but y'all know that Mitchell Robinson makes $2 million per point per game, right?
Wait,
What
what?
it $2 million for every point that he scores a game, basically. Like like like
Man,
like
if
like
I
say,
bet you, I'm scoring 30.
yeah. And so the thing about what I'm saying to you, like if the standard for an NBA starter
Mhm.
is whatever your points per game is, you get 2 million per.
Damn.
Like say Karl Anthony Towns averages 28 a game.
Yeah.
So he makes 56 mil a year,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So and hey Jason, it's the same. Mitch is 8-8, 8 points, 8 rebounds. So Mitch makes about 16
17.
mil a year for 8 points a game.
Man, he need to be. I'm sorry. I like Mitchell because I don't know. Maybe it's because he contributes with the rebounds offensively and gives us second chance opportunities as well as defensively. Even though I think he's like six offensive rebounds to his two defensive rebounds.
Okay.
But to be honest, if I don't think he's getting. I can't say that because he's not producing with the putbacks and he still can't do pick and rolls. So I think he's at where he needs to be paid because if he did better pick and rolls, catch and shoot, give and go, faking pick and rolls, doing a set like a sag where he's running up to set the screen, but then sag off and then let the double team come and then he cuts and then goes to the basket. He does that. He creates three different types of movement with the ball rather than just rebounding. Then Mitchell should be getting paid about 25 mil, but he doesn't. So he's at where he's at because of him. And plus he's stone hand cold Luke. Like he can't catch and do nothing with it. He can't catch and do like with Tim Duncan. I love Tim Duncan because he could come up, catch it, head fake, drive to the basket, spin, hook shot. Like he had multiple things that were basic.
Yeah.
If Mitchell could
Yeah.
do a little bit, like at least one or
Mitch ain't
two of
him.
that, I know. But if Mitch
Yeah.
could do one, maybe two of those moves, then
He ain't gonna never
but
do
he
that.
ain't him. So he getting paid what he need to get paid.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Jalen Brown is gonna make it like 310 million, or he's
With
gonna
no
get
less.
paid 310 million somewhere in that neighborhood, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't care about the tax amount. Basically, they have a commitment to about $300 million. I don't care how much he bring home, right? But what I'm saying is, for that dude, he's gonna average about 27 points a game and be an elite defender. So that dude when that dude makes 54 million on 27 points a game, I'm like, okay, I can see that, right? Jason Tatum next summer,
He getting 50.
yeah, Jason Tatum is gonna, yeah,
He gonna get like 450 mil, and everybody. I'm sorry, Jason Tatum changes his game up to where he gets it, because for me, Brown has no left. Brown, I don't know what it is. At certain times, he just flop like a donut. Like he just be flopping sometimes. Like he can't control his dribble. You push him a certain way, he gets tight. Like for me, I think Brown should have got like 250, 275. Tatum, I would have paid the 350 mil. Because Tatum, like, played a whole game with a messed up foot and still contribute. He didn't get off the court. Like, that to me I like that. So I think that Tatum should be getting around 425. But Brown, I think they overpaid for him. Even though he's a good scorer and a good defender, his game, if you know how to defend against him correctly, you can shut him down.
right. I disagree with you though.
I know. I'm probably the only person that think that way about Brown. I'm probably am because I always say that in everywhere I go. Brown's a great player, but to me, if he could work on that left, if he could work on his mentality, he's a great defender. Not taking that
If
from
he
him.
came to the Knicks, he might be the best player or second best player on his team.
Well,
I
he's the
would
second best player on
really
Boston, so yeah.
I would consider trading, and no disrespect, but I would consider trading Grimes, RJ, Quickly, Mitch, Hart, and picks for Jalen Brown
And who?
right now,
And picks?
and picks for
How
Jalen
many
Brown.
picks?
How many it take? Right, and the reason being is because guys that walk and chew bubble gum at the same time are so rare that when you see a guy walking and blowing bubbles, it's like being at the zoo or the circus. You never seen guys this good before. Jalen Brown is so good that when you see him, you almost can't believe what you're seeing. Right? He's the athlete. He's a he's a better athlete in my mind than Zach LaVine, and he's bigger. And Zach LaVine is an elite athlete, right? He's comparable, a comparable athlete to Anthony Edwards, maybe more athletic than Anthony Edwards, and he's bigger, right? He can handle the ball, and we talk about he can only go in one direction, right? But the thing that you can't say about Jalen Brown is, unlike those other dudes, unlike those other athletes that you saw, Jalen Brown is a winner, right? It's not the Celtics not in the play-in. The Celtics not the 7 seed. The Celtics are always top of the food chain, and partly in due to him, right? When Jason Tatum disappeared in the finals against Golden State, you know who was carrying Boston?
Yeah, Brown.
Jalen Brown. People see that one play. Oh, he can't go right, or he can't go left. He only does such and such.
But you can't stop him.
It's amazing how quickly you forgot that Andrew Wiggins locked up Jason Tatum in the finals, and Jalen Brown is what that made that series a series. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's my Boston bias.
Now, what I'm saying about Brown is I'm not making this about Cowboy Bob. I'm just making it about Brown, right? What I'm saying about Brown is Brown deserved, in my mind, he deserved every penny of that $300 million, right? He deserved every penny because he was there when they transitioned from Kyrie to Isaiah Thomas to Marcus Smart, Terry Rozier left. Throughout all those transitions, Boston was still good, and it's part and parcel due to Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. When all the other pieces are like moving chairs on the deck, moving deck chairs, shuffling deck chairs. When Marcus Smart leaves, Porzingis comes in, Horford comes in, he goes away, he comes back. Terry Rozier balls out a little bit, then he leaves, and all these, you know who the stabilizing force is?
Brown and Tatum,
and they're still good.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's more my bias, but now that you've actually made me remember. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I need that.
Yeah, Jason Tatum is good, but Jason Tatum is not built to do the dirty work that Jalen Brown does.
Yeah, both sides of the court. He's more of a quick pace, fast. If it's not fast enough or the game slows down, he's a different player. But Brown can pick it up whether fast or slow. Yeah.
And so I want to give him his credit. He's a very good player, and I'll be honest with you. And y'all know how much I love Julius Randle, right? Y'all know how much I love Julius Randle. I go to bat for Julius Randle every day, all day long, right? Right. Every day, all day long. Even though Julius Randle looked me in the face at a game, stared in my pupils, and didn't say as much as He looked at me dead in the face. Like in his mind, no lie. No lie. Hey, no lie. BT, we were in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Jay Boogie, Rob the Nick. Who else was there? Uncle Fulio, a bunch of us. I was down by the rail. Julius Randle was walking in the locker room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looked me dead in my eyeballs. And I think in his mind, he's like, damn, that's a big dude. Julius Randle. Yo, because with shoes, like BT, if you don't mind me asking, about how tall are you with shoes on? Just about how tall are you with shoes on?
About 6'1".
About 6'1" with shoes on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with shoes on, I'm about 6'7".
Damn.
In shoes, right? About somewhere in the neighborhood.
Back with you.
No, I'm just saying. It just means I eat a lot. That's all it means. That's all it means. It just means I eat a lot. That's all. So Randall looks at me in my mind. I'm looking at Randall, and he looking at me like, "Damn, that's a big dude," right? And I'm like, "Randall, look, what's good?" I'm like, Juju, what's happening? He stared me dead in my face, and didn't say nothing. Right? Kept on walking.
He thought you was gonna jump him, maybe like, damn, that's a big dude.
I'm up by the rail. You know how they walk in the back underneath the stadium, and you know how the arena have like the rails. Yeah. And so I'm looking down the rail at Randall, and I'm like, yo, Randall. Everybody calling RJ. I call Randall, what's good? I got on the orange and blue, you know what I'm saying? We in a visiting city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So my thing, he looked at me and he didn't even say nothing. He just kept on walking. But I'm still a Randall fan, right? I'm still a Randall fan. So but the point that I guess what I'm getting at is, even with all that, I will ship his ass out of here for Jalen Brown just like that. Just like that. And okay. I like Randall a lot and respect him. I respect that man. But for Jalen Brown, peace, bro.
You know what? You convinced me. You probably the only person. I think it's because you're a Knicks fan, and the way you said your argument, I see it now. You're right. Because for most part, when I see Brown, it's like I see more of his flaws because I'm like, we're Knicks fans. So we're like, oh, we hate Boston. You know, they're always doing good. But I know he's a key contributor to that team, and he's key. But I honestly, now that you say that, I think he's worth more than Tatum. The way you described it, defense, offense, the way he's able to keep the tempo, like that's what you want in your players. And I still don't like him because he ain't on our team. But
now, if I get Jalen Brown, if I trade Randall for Jalen Brown, I'm immediately shipping off RJ Barrett for Pascal Siakam.
I keep telling y'all, we need Larkin, man. If we're gonna get rid of Randall, we're gonna need Larkin because Larkin can shoot the three. Larkin will dunk on anybody. He don't care. He if we gonna get rid of Randall, we need another dog down there. That's all. Because Mitchell ain't doing it.
Larkin, who are you talking about?
Larry Larkin from the Jazz.
Laurie Markkinen.
Sorry, I always say.
Oh that. Yeah, you had me confused, bro. I'm talking about. I thought you were talking about Shane Larkin.
No. Larry Larkin from the Jazz.
Laurie Markkinen.
Laurie Markkinen. I want him so bad. The way you are about Brown is how I want him because him and Randall down low.
No, I'm not saying that I want Brown. What I'm saying, if the opportunity presented itself that I could get Brown, then I would do it. Right? I'm not shopping Julius Randle. I'm not shopping RJ Barrett. What I'm saying is if the opportunity presented itself, then that's what I would do. But I would rather keep this team together and see if we can win 65 games.
Damn, I'm telling you, you see something that most people don't. You like that guy that it ain't half empty, it ain't half full. It's a cup. That's how you see
it. But here's the thing, and I'm not tooting my own horn, bro. But when I say these things, I'm always right. I'm always right. And I'm not tooting my own horn because I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. I'm wrong about a lot of stuff, bro. But what I'm saying is this: this team has a potential. Or for instance, 3 years ago, 2 seasons ago,
Mm-hmm.
I predicted the Knicks were going to go 42-30. The year the season was cut short, the
Yeah.
72 game season. I
Okay.
was telling, Free Keith is my witness. Right? Free Keith is my witness. I said, bro, this team is not going to win 23 games. This team is going to win 42 games. Everybody coming on the pen. Oh man, Uncle Freezie. This is what I get every time, right? Oh man, are you crazy? Are you crazy? And then when I'm right, when it looks like I'm right, then Anthony D like try to come to my side. Anthony D like, yo, man, I told you 59 wins. No,
I
you
was just
didn't.
hating. I was just
You
hating.
ain't, you ain't, yeah. I was just
Like, I was
joking,
hating.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't said no 59 wins, bro.
I say 55 because last season we were close to that 52, 53 area. I'm still mad about that Charlotte loss. I'm still mad about certain losses.
But let me clarify though. Let me finish. Let me clarify my thing. My thing is I'm not saying the Knicks are gonna win 65 games. Just now I said keep the team together to try to win 65 games. And you know what I'm saying? And the thing is with conjecture is a lot of times we're commenting on these things before we even hear what it is that I'm saying. I say keep the team together to see if we could try to win 65 games, right? I already put my stake, I already planted my flag on 60 wins, right? But my thing is every time I make predictions like this, right? People will say things like, man, are you crazy? Like BT. And in January of this year, I said it just like this on the Knicks at Night podcast. And those that watch the Knicks at Night podcast will remember this. I said, Eastern Conference Finals, baby. Woo! I said that on the Knicks at Night podcast. And you know what people were telling me? You crazy. This is a play-in team. We barely gonna make the play-in if we make the playoffs. Right? And then when we get in the series with the Miami Heat and we holding our own, you know what people were telling me? Uncle Freezie, I told you we was going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I remember that conversation because I remember jumping on hearing Willie and all of them.
Did you really tell me that? Or did I say that back around MLK Day that this team was going to the Eastern Conference Finals? And then you know what people told me then? After we lost in Game 6, you know what they said?
You were wrong.
Uncle Freezie, you was wrong. This team ain't made the Eastern Conference Finals. Right?
But if we make the finals this year with 60 wins, they're gonna say we was on the train from jump.
Right.
I'm at 55, 57. I would jump on the train, but I'm gonna have to wait the first 20 games before I be like, yo, you got room?
Right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is with conjecture and all that stuff aside, just listen to, if you listen to what I'm saying, like you ain't gotta respect it, but at least hear out my opinion like I listen to everybody else's. Right? Because for the most part, I would rather just sit here and just talk about topics and not have an opinion either way, and then let people come on and state their opinion. Right? I just want to moderate. But every now and then I'll put my opinion out there and people will say, man, you crazy. And then when it happens, they'll be like, Uncle Freezie, I told you. They're going to be like, Uncle Freezie, I told you this team was good enough to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Right? I said that every night. I used to make Adam laugh. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Cat Middleton said, how are we going to win 65? Again, what I said was try to win 65 games. I planted my flag on 60.
He just going over 5 so he could get that room to make sure we hit the 60. That's all.
Right. What I'm saying is What I'm saying is try to win 65 games. Right? That doesn't mean I'm not saying that we're gonna win 65. What I'm saying is I'm confident we'll in all likelihood win 60 if nothing bad happens. If nothing bad happens, if nothing bad happens, right? If nothing bad happens, I think this team wins 60 games. But I think Tibbs and the team, you know what I'm saying, if everything is in place, I think they'll try to win 65.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So yeah.
Because honestly, to tell you the truth, you thinking in that mentality, you see something, and I'm not saying everyone should jump on the bandwagon, but they should also go back and check and say, what is he seeing that I don't see?
That's on them, bro. I listen. That's on everybody listening. I'm not being disrespectful to them. All I'm saying is get on this bandwagon right now because seats will be going fast. Don't be trying to run when the bandwagon take off. Talking about slow down. I want to get on the bandwagon. Don't be like Anthony D. Anthony D trying to play it cool now. 60 games. What you mean? and he said 60 games. How many Knicks teams have ever won 60 games? It doesn't matter because those teams are not playing right now. It don't matter. How many Knicks teams ever won? You talking about 50-year-old men. You talking about 60-year-old men. You talking about 70-year-old men. It don't matter. This is the Jalen Brunson era. Jalen Brunson don't have nothing to do with Pat Ewing, bro.
And plus,
this is the Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, Julius Randle era.
Plus, This is the first time we got a good guard that we can actually back and be like, yo, this is our guy. And we got Randle. We normally have one star, maybe two stars that are balanced and work well with each other. But to have two guys coming into their own and be dominant. Plus, look at the Eastern Conference. A lot of teams have been shaken up. I only think really Boston and Milwaukee, because they got Giannis, is still going to be there. But just watch. I can't wait till the season starts.
Hey, and C-Max said this team might win 42 to 45.
They got us at 45 in ESPN and all of those spots saying 45 games. But that's
wait a minute. Let me tell y'all something right now. Every summer, ESPN and Vegas does this to us.
Yeah.
Every summer. So when you see it, you shouldn't be caught off guard by it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like when you go outside and mosquitoes are outside, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Every time like you go outside and mosquitoes outside, you know what the prediction should be?
I'm gonna get bit today.
I'm gonna get bit by a mosquito. Right. If you go outside, you know the mosquitoes outside, and you like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe this time I won't get bit. That's on you. Right? What I'm saying is every season, every summer, and y'all know this to be true because we had this. I think Anthony D was here. I think C-Mac was here. CWC was here. A lot of y'all were here last year, right? On the shows when we talked about clickbait and what people do to troll the Knicks fan base. Right? Y'all remember the clickbait? We had the clickbait conversation for like 2 weeks. Right? I think it was when the channel in Utah and Salt Lake City was talking about Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks. And every day they started their show with Knicks talk. Breaking news. The Knicks called the Utah Jazz front. It was clickbait. Right? Every year, the major things do clickbait. Right? Every year they put out clickbait. Vegas puts out clickbait. Vegas put you know why Vegas put out the odds for the Knicks?
Yeah.
Not because they think the Knicks are good. They want you to come to Vegas and gamble.
Yep.
It ain't about the Knicks. Or they want you to go to their website or their app and gamble. It's not about the Knicks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The house always wins. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
The house always wins. And when you think about every time Vegas, last year they picked us to win 38 games.
How many did we win?
Right. Last year, me and the Queen Bee were on a show on a Friday night, and the chat was telling me and the Queen Bee that this team is only going to win 30 games because Vegas said 38 games. And I told the Queen Bee right then, I was like, Queen Bee, I think this team could win 50 games. And everybody laughed. And it was funny, right? Because we were coming off a season where we only won 37 games. Right? Mm-hmm. My thing is some of this stuff, you got to kind of look ahead of. You got anybody remember that show last year I did with Queen Bee? It was a Friday night. Me and BK Steph were doing shows on Friday evenings, right? And we were talking about what to expect from this team. What's Josh Hart going to be? I mean, I'm sorry, what Jalen Brunson is going to be. And so my thing was, if everything went right, this team could win 50 games. And I got laughed at. They laughed at me, BT. They laughed at me for an hour, bro.
What?
They laughed at me for about an hour straight, back to back, no breaks. You know what I'm saying? They ain't pull up the emergency brake or nothing, foot on the gas, laughing. People in the chat. And then coming down the stretch, when we were at about 40 wins, people were like, yo, I told you 50 wins. Nah, no, you didn't. Uncle Freezie stepped out on a limb and said 50 wins. I was like, yo, if everything go right, this team can win 50 games.
Brunson didn't get hurt, we probably would have won those 50 games.
Right. And so what I'm saying right now, with 60 wins, right? Even if the Knicks don't win 60, say they win 57.
That's hell of impressive.
People are gonna come at me like, yo, you said 60 and we only won 57. Man, I was off by 2 or 3 games, right? But a lot of y'all are saying 46 wins. Were y'all right?
Rather be under by 3 than over by like 12.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes.
Yeah. So I'm not seeking validation. All I'm saying is, man, just before we shut down the conversation, let's just have the conversation on how the Knicks can get to 60, if it's possible. Before we say, hell no. Let's just say, okay, let's talk about it then.
I was going to ask you, I see 55, 57. How do you see 60? Because honestly, to me, that means everything's clicking. But I want to hear your opinion because you said 60.
I'm going to say 4 things. Josh Hart at the beginning of the season, right? If you like Josh Hart, if you believe Josh Hart impacted this team in that small sample size, then you believe a full season of Josh Hart will get the same result. And no backtracking. If you believe Josh Hart in a small sample size impacted this team, then ain't no going backwards on a full season. That means you're a hypocrite.
Facts.
Right? Here's the other thing, too. When our guards went down, our backup guard was Miles McBride. He didn't necessarily give us a lot of the things that we wanted from a backup guard. This year, that guard is a championship winning guard in Dante DiVincenzo. So now you upgrade Deuce McBride with Dante DiVincenzo. Is that a significant upgrade? Yes. It's very significant, man. It's very significant. And shout out to Deuce McBride, who we like, but last year Deuce just wasn't ready. Right? Here's the other thing. Last year was Jalen Brunson's first year being the primary ball handler on the team. And one could assume that Jalen Brunson will be better in his second year. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll be better in his second year as a primary ball handler. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's thing number 4. And there are other things. There are a lot of them. The things are everywhere. But I'm just going to point out these 4 things. Right now, we are overestimating or overstating how good the Milwaukee Bucks are, how good the Boston Celtics are, how good the Philadelphia 76ers are. I'm here to tell you, the Knicks fan, that the Knicks are just as good or better than Boston, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia. Right now, with no changes. Right now, with no significant upgrade, all that stuff. Right now, the Knicks are just as good or better than Milwaukee.
Just as good. Okay.
Just as good or better than Boston. Just as good or better than Philadelphia. Right? And that's 4 things. Right? We're not even talking about the natural stuff, like the young kids taking the next step in their development. Right? That's thing number 5. That's thing number 5. Right? The Knicks potentially staying healthy. But the Knicks potentially staying healthy for 82 games. Nobody stays absolutely healthy, but I'm saying a reasonable portion of health and strength. Right?
So where you can rotate guys in and out. Some guys don't have to play full games. I got you.
Right.
I'm saying we have a better balance than those teams do.
Right. And the most important thing that people don't look at, the status of the opposing coaches. Milwaukee has a brand new first-time head coach, Adrian Griffin. Boston has a second-year head coach. Philly has a brand new coach, Nick Nurse. Right? So with all these things, yo, Bodega Wi-Fi is in the building. Salute. My man Bodega. Let me hit this for Bodega Wi-Fi. Yeah, man. Salute to Bodega Wi-Fi in the building. But yeah, man. So with all of those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
That can contribute to a 60-win team plus this. The Knicks have continuity and chemistry. That's thing number 7. So it's 7 reasons why the Knicks can win 50 games.
You know what? Can I get a ticket, please? I might not be on when the season starts. I might be running a little late, but can I get a ticket just reserved?
But what I'm saying though,
legit.
BT, what I'm saying though, BT is that's just a part of the conversation. Like when I say 60 wins, can we at least listen to why I think, or listen to some reasons why I think we'll be 60 wins? Just like I listen to everybody say, or a lot of people say this team is going to win 46 games. The majority of everybody saying this is a 46-win team. Right? And I listen to them and I see why, you know what I'm saying? The main reason why I think most people say we're 46 wins is because we don't have a backup power forward.
What happened tonight?
No, I'm saying that's what they're saying. I like Nate Knight.
Wasn't he one of the reasons we took an L too?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but what I will say though, is, you know, the Cat. This team can win. This team can win 60 games, bro. If a lot of things go right. And the thing about when I say that, people will say, "Well, why everything got to go right?" Because if it happens for other teams, if everything goes right for Milwaukee, for Boston, for Philly, for the Lakers, for the Nuggets, how come? Why can't everything go right for the Knicks for a change?
Time is now.
Yeah. Hey man, I gotta get out of here. I gotta wrap up,
right.
do some stuff. Thank you for rocking with me, bro.
No
hey
problem.
y'all, about 12 o'clock, we're gonna do something on vibes and stuff. I'm gonna try to get a practice exam or practice test in, and then go do vibes and stuff. Right now we're doing right now I'm studying government spending to avoid recessions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm studying it. It got my brain in a fog. So yeah, man. But anyway, we're gonna do that in a little bit. Thank y'all for watching, y'all. Peace.